Me now is our panel, senior writer at the National Review, Noah Rothman, and political analyst, Ahmed Baba. Thank you guys for being here. We want to get into it. And Ahmed, I'm going to start with you about what you thought about the FIFA awarding the president with the Peace Prize. I mean, a lot of people are taking a look at it. It's kind of been a big topic around town. What do you think? We may not have his audio.
I think it's funny.
Oh, there you go. Sorry. Okay. Start again. We lost your audio for a second. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was saying I think it's, it's interesting because it's part of a broader thing here, right? Where you see essentially world leaders, business leaders, they know they have to flatter Donald. So basically they've invented a peace prize here because he couldn't get the Nobel Peace Prize himself. And, Johnny, Infantino, he's been a friend of Trump for a long time now. They've been trying to ingratiate themselves with the administration. And it's just another example of that. And also, like this Kennedy Center component, as we're going to talk about here in a second, it's an example of this cultural overreach that we see with Donald Trump. And now with this fake Peace Prize, I think it's unfortunate that people know that the way to getting what they want from this administration is to appease Donald's ego, frankly.
All right. Well, Noah, before we move on, I want to get your reaction to that as well.
Yeah, well, just about everybody on the planet Earth knows how to play this game. The president likes to be celebrated. He likes adulation. I don't think he thinks he gets enough recognition, which is unique for a president of the United States. I haven't seen anything like some sort of reciprocity here or an effort to get something out of the president, but it certainly is a rather easy way to manipulate the president's emotions, and he seems to be very receptive to it.
All right.
I will say on the get something, just really quickly, if I can.
Okay, Ahmed, go ahead.
Yeah, just that I think they do need to have good relations with the White House because of, the visa process. There's 30, the travel ban you covered earlier, right? They need to make sure that they have potential carve-outs for ticket holders. There are areas here where he needs a good relationship with FIFA.
All right.
Sure. And defenders of the president's efforts here would say that bringing these games to the United States, Mexico, and North America, general and Canada, brings in tourists, brings in money. It's good for investment. So what's the harm? That would be the defense.
All right. So I've got to get your reaction to what happened with the president's remarks at the World Cup draw. Let's listen together.
In the United States, we seem to never call it that because we have a little bit of a conflict with another thing that's called football. But when you think about it, shouldn't it really be called? I mean, this is football. There's no question about it. We have to come up with another name for this. It really doesn't make sense when you think about it. This is really football.
Okay, so we're just going to have some fun here for a second. Noah, soccer or football? I'm going to start with you, Noah.
I don't think there's another politician in America, Republican or Democrat, who can get away with saying that without at least the right-wing media ecosystem coming down around them like a ton of bricks. I mean, there have to be Republicans who are suppressing the instinct to call him a Euro weenie. But this is one of those indications, we get them occasionally, that Trump just gets to play by different rules. And if Republicans want to come and play the Trump game and think they're going to get that kind of deference, I think they're mistaken.
All right, Ahmed, quick reaction for you.
No, you took my take. I could imagine if Obama had said that, what we would have gotten on the media side. But I don't know. Maybe we'll call football throw ball or Trump ball. We'll see what they come up with.
I mean, you just never know what's going to happen. I think that is what we have all learned. Also, I wanted to turn, while I have you guys both, to turn to Trump's immigration crackdown, because the administration is readying to expand its travel ban put in place in the wake of the attack in D.C. A serious subject here. Ahmed, do you think, though, a travel ban will make Americans safer? I mean, a lot of people say yes. Some people say, I don't know if that's really going to do anything.
I mean, I think it's this collective punishment of entire groups of people based on the actions of a few. And I think that's never really effective when you look at, the targeting of the Somali Americans, right? I think this kind of stuff flattens the debate. I think there was a real conversation to be had about the very real fraud that happened in Minnesota, for example. And then he goes and blames the entire Somali community. And here, if you talk about the actions of that Afghan immigrant that came and shot those people, he should be held accountable. Does that mean we need to ban all Afghans? And again, I think it just flattens the debate and makes it so we can't have nuanced conversations about real problem solving. We just have to scapegoat entire groups of people, which I think is just not the way to go about this.
Well, no, and it's obviously alleged, too, as well as what happened in D.C. I mean, but what do you make of it in terms of just, putting a whole group on pause?
Yeah, collective guilt, the notion of collective guilt is simply a moral failure, and it's incompatible with the United States. The United States Constitution. These are two separate issues in my view, one being the discrete criminal actions of individuals who are named in charging documents and should not be expanded out to the ethnicity or the creed to which they belong. One separate question. The other question, which coincides with this, and I think should be had and engaged more seriously, especially by Democrats in dark blue urban enclaves like Minneapolis, is that the engine of American assimilation needs to be defended. Assimilation is a value that we should hold dear to and enforce. You don't assimilate into American culture if you can strict yourself to an ethnic enclave and don't have to navigate American society more broadly. That's the sort of thing that I think a lot of Democratic politicians are uncomfortable with. The notion that encouraging assimilation, learning English, learning how to navigate American culture is a value that we should enforce and impose. I think Democrats are discomfited by that, and Republicans aren't. And I think Republicans have a better argument when it comes to the fact that it's assimilating into the United States is a good thing that we should encourage.
Well, listen, it's far from over. We'll continue the conversation. Ahmed Baba and Noah Rothman, thank you guys for joining us today. We always appreciate it. Good banter today. Appreciate it. And still ahead, how the